Oh shit, here we go again.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm BRAVExHERO, and today we're going to be talking about the Sturm, and I'm going to be giving you a secret about the Sturm. The truth about the Sturm: doesn't need Icarus grip. Now, I'm going to play one single clip for you, and check it out. You're going to be shocked. Now, from that clip, what can you gather? Some of you might say, man, that's pretty impressive. He landed some critical shots in the air. Must be that YouTuber luck. The other 50% of you going, that is never going to happen. Why would you try to fire 3 shots in the air with a high impact hand cannon? And that's going to be the premise of today's video. But before we get into the video, do me a huge favor, guys, and hit that like button. We are on our way to 50,000 subscribers. We're blowing up quickly. And like always, guys, every like on this video gets a cheater banned. Bungie bans them right away. It just hits that ban button. But without further delay, let's get into the video. Earlier in the week, I released a video talking about the best 120 hand cannon in Destiny 2. And I put the Sturm as number 1. Now, I got a lot of comments coming in. 50% were saying the Sturm doesn't need Icarus grip. The other 50% was saying
it's an exotic and you can't put Icarus grip on it.
Now, I did what most normal YouTubers do. I responded to a couple comments saying, hey man, I utilize the Sturm very often. I would like to say that I main the Sturm. And for me, it doesn't need Icarus grip because it's pretty consistent in the air. Now, a couple comments come in. I said, you know what? This calls for a video. I'm going to demonstrate on why the Sturm doesn't need Icarus grip. Now, let's start off in the reticle area. Now, I'm going to give my best, or try my best, to explain this as easily as possible. But I'm not going to get too much into the weeds with this. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds because we could be here all day. But standing still with the Sturm, as you can tell, I have a normal reticle. This is the same thing as if I ADS with the Sturm right now, my reticle is normalized. Nothing's moving in it. But when I jump, it blooms out a little bit. But as you can tell, it's not a lot. That's one factor of bloom. But if I start firing the Sturm, as you can tell in the hip fire form, because that's the only way you can tell the blooming of the reticle, it blooms out every time I fire a shot. If I start consistently just spamming shots, it'll bloom out just a tad bit more. Now, as you can tell, when I start jumping in the air and firing, that's going to be how big my reticle gets. That's with the Sturm alone. Now, let me put on a regular 120 high impact hand cannon and do the same. Let me test this with Icarus grip. Again, I'm going to test it normally like we just did. I'm going to hip fire at the wall. Then I'm going to jump. As you can tell, the reticle kind of blooms out just a little bit. Now I'm going to jump and fire at the same time like I did with the Sturm. Now you tell me, is that a massive difference? Not really. But no. Hold on. There's more to this entire video. Hold on. But as you can tell right now, that is a high impact hand cannon with Icarus. How does it look without Icarus? Just to save some time, we're just going to jump right away and fire a couple shots. As you can tell, the reticle blooms out a lot. Now, isn't that weird? That the Sturm without Icarus kind of feels similar to the 120 with Icarus. But let's move into the main topic of the video, which is, does the Sturm need Icarus? Now, if I play the main clip from the beginning, you see me fire 3 shots in the air. 1 gonna be a body shot and 3 critical shots. Now, what is the biggest problem here? You should never do this. When people say, well, Sturm doesn't have Icarus. Well, if we take the same concept as before, if you fire 1 shot, that shot is gonna be precise. That shot is gonna feel as precise as possible. Once you start firing multiple shots, your reticle tends to bloom out a lot more, making it more difficult to land shots. Now, let me cover this, okay? Because I know someone in the comment section is going to be,
well, Brave, I'm running Icarus grip, so I have perfect in-air accuracy.
If we read the mod, Icarus grip improves accuracy while airborne. Improves. Not 100%, it improves it. If we go back to the main clip of when I'm using the steady hand with Icarus grip, when you jump and fire your weapon, your reticle will bloom out. Sure, your accuracy is better in the air, but after you fire your first shot, your accuracy starts to decrease, and that's because your weapon is going to bloom out automatically. If it was perfect in-air accuracy, that reticle would not move. That reticle would stay the same as if I was still on the ground with my feet planted. This is why I say after you fire your first shot, your accuracy goes down a tad bit. This is why when you're utilizing these weapons, you need to fire your main shot, your only shot, your first shot, as the most accurate shot, even with Icarus grip. Now, before I move into Rampage and Swashbuckler, let me cover one more topic. When utilizing high impact hand cannons, such as the Sturm, the steady hand, regardless if you have Icarus grip or you don't, if you're utilizing the Sturm or using the steady hand with Icarus grip, you should never be determined to fire a bunch of shots in the air. When should you fire shots in the air? Well, it's simple. If your enemy is running away, as you can tell on screen, this is just me in the test environment. I'm gonna jump and try to land one shot to clean them up, because if I land a critical shot, I will deal 90 damage. If I land a body shot, I will do 50 damage. Regardless if my enemy is absolute, by landing one of these shots, if it's a headshot or a body shot, I'm gonna kill my enemy. The reason you never want to fire 3 shots in the air with these weapons is because the time to kill is too long, and what's gonna happen, either you're gonna get team shot or you're gonna miss all your shots. I do want to end this section off with this clip again. As you can tell, my enemy is one shot. Do you see me just jumping away, whipping a 180 and landing that critical shot? It's not magic, guys. It's understanding how the weapon works. Go back to the beginning if you don't understand, but the Sturm doesn't need Icarus grip. It's as accurate as it's gonna be. Compared to a weapon with Icarus grip, it's almost similar. It doesn't need Icarus grip. Now let's cover the last topic of this video, Swashbuckler or Rampage. Which one should you be going for, or which one should you be using? For starters, a lot of people in that last video of the best 120 hand cannon were not happy with my final selection of the Sturm being the ultimate 120. Their rebuttal was ultimately, Brave, the Sturm doesn't have bonus damage on its own. With that, I present to you my true prophecy with Rampage. As you can tell on screen, it's got 9 rounds, it has Rampage. What mod should I put on this? And for those people who are saying, well, it's easy, put a Rampage spec. Okay, well now I just threw my in-air accuracy out the window if we're following the concept of the Sturm. Oh, you're right, Brave, you're right. You should put Icarus grip on that. If that's the case, now my Rampage only lasts 3 seconds, and now I only have 9 rounds in the magazine, so if I'm as accurate as possible, say I land 3 shots, I still have 6 shots, given that I didn't miss a shot. Oh, you're right, Brave, you're right. Should put backup mag. Okay, well the same concept applies. You just threw Icarus grip out the window, and you do the Rampage spec out the window. This is why I follow the same logic of, if you're utilizing a 120, regardless if you have Icarus grip or not, you shouldn't be jumping in the air looking to land 3 shots with this weapon. You should do it for a cleanup, because if you land a crit shot or a body shot, that will be enough damage to clean your enemy up. Now that brings us over into Swashbuckler, which is, in my personal opinion, the better of the 2 perks. Number 1, if Swashbuckler is active, you do have the capability of killing anybody 5 resilience and under. Number 2, you don't need a Rampage spec on this because, well, number 1, it doesn't work, but your Swashbuckler lasts 5 seconds. So now the ultimate decision is backup mag or Icarus. Again, it depends on how you're going to utilize it. Personally, I would run something like a backup mag. To ultimately wrap up this entire video, I do want to say that I'm a big fan of all 120s. But if we're going to start nitpicking on certain mods, do this or use this, it doesn't really make sense, because at the end of the day, every 120 is going to have its drawback. Oh, you have Rampage on yours? Rampage spec, backup mag, Icarus grip. You pick your poison. Oh, you have Swashbuckler, backup mag, Icarus grip. So at the end of the day, for those of you who are saying, well, Sturm doesn't have Icarus grip. Hey man, maybe I got some YouTube perks that most of my shots land in the air. Or just at the end of the day, maybe you're utilizing the Sturm wrong, and test it out, because you shouldn't be trying to land 3 crit shots in the air. 1 shot to clean up, and that's all you need. With that, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys enjoy videos like this, more in-depth breakdowns, things that I learn in-game, let me know you want to see more stuff like this on the channel. Other than that, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, share this video with your friends, and like always, guys, I'll see you in the next video.